Hey, look who's here. Hey, me, Matt. Hey, me, Matt here. This is Killer Kyle. Now, like the NXT Halloween Havoc, we're not doing a Wheels of Fury episode, rather my own personal channel or video, like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But Kyle brought it to my attention, and I do remember hearing about this too, but winter is coming, AEW.
Yes. Next week is going to be AEW presenting Winter is Coming. It's, you can kind of say like a pay-per-view that they're having on their regular show, which is alright. The card looks pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that there's a lot of things. I missed Dynamite on Wednesday, unfortunately, so apparently we have a heel turn in Willie Knobs, or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're calling them Powerhouse Hobbs now,
Yeah.
apparently.
So, I didn't think Taz team really needed another member, but...
Yeah.
Now, talking to my brother today, he said that Kenta might debut on AEW, and apparently John Moxley is still the IWGP US champion,
I believe so, yeah.
which I forgot. I didn't realize that he beat Juice Robinson, so
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why. But again, I haven't been paying that much attention to New Japan that much this year.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying. But in any case, this should be an interesting show.
Yeah, for sure. Card looks good.
Yeah. I mean, it's still on normal Dynamite, but it's at pay-per-view level, I guess.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still going to be a good show. And, yeah, I can't wait to see what they have.
They're talking about this being their biggest show, like, probably of the year.
Yeah.
Of AEW, and it's like, well, we'll see.
I mean, since Fyter Fest was the last pay-per-view of the year, this should be a good show. And yeah, the biggest show of the year, I could understand that for sure.
Yeah. They've been hyping it up well, so let's get into it.
No indication of this X-ray and some other
So
observations.
it looks like you're gonna have a Battle Royal, which should be neat.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what that's all about.
Yeah, I don't know if it's number one contender spot. Might be.
Yeah, well, that could be it as well. But it should be interesting. And it does look like Adam Page is one of the ones that's in there. I would
Yeah.
like to see him go over, actually.
I know.
I mean, if you're going to have Kenny Omega win the AEW title, which rumor has it might happen, then why the fuck not?
Yeah. Have Kenny win the title from Moxley, and then somehow build up to continue the rivalry with Kenny and Hangman,
Yeah.
and then have it culminate with Hangman getting the title.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm not quite sure, but it should be a good match.
Yeah.
I have tried that. Someone confused you. I'm sure you realize that
I'm not going to follow this match up with a team match player. Here we've got the Team Taz versus Cody and Darby Allin.
Yeah, you got the Prince of Pro Wrestling, the Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and the newly minted TNT champion of Darby Allin against Absolute Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs. Now, it had been for quite a number of weeks that Taz was trying to recruit Hobbs to his team, and it seemed like Hobbs was, standing up to Team Taz and being like, no, I'm not going to join you, I don't want to join you.
I'll never join you.
Be my own man, stand on my own 2 feet, and ultimately it seemed like he was aligning himself with Cody and Darby Allin, and then there was the tag team match with Cody and Darby against Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. Brian Cage and Starks ended up getting the victory.
Yeah.
And they were putting a beat down on Cody and Darby. Here comes big badass Hobbs with a chair fending off Team Taz. There's the FGW Championship laying in the ring. Hobbs picks it up and laces Cody in the head with it and is like, okay, great build up for a shitty finish.
Yeah, that really pisses me off. And the fact of the matter is, and I believe that Impact suffered the same thing. You have too many heels and not enough faces. So what's going to happen now is you got Will Hobbs is on Team Taz. You have Brian Cage. You got all those guys. Not to mention, you've got, the Inner Circle.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not quite sure if the Triangle, whatever their team name is,
Yeah,
are a face team.
I think so.
So, there's that. But it's just like, you really didn't need it.
No.
But, nonetheless, well, I don't know. I think that Team Taz has a lot of more offense, I think, with Brian Cage even.
Yeah.
I kind of like Cody and Allen's chances as well. I
Right.
mean, they were rivals. They wrestled for the TNT title. And I would like to think that Cody is wanting revenge or a seat coming for Darby. I don't know.
It seemed to me that after their match against each other for the TNT Championship at Full Gear, Darby had earned Cody's respect. And that's why they are a team, and they've been a team for the last several weeks. After Darby beat Cody, Cody grabbed the championship and he went down on one knee and presented the title to Darby as a show of respect. And now they're going into this. And it was on Dynamite where had Will Hobbs and a match against somebody, and then Taz was there and he had some stuff to say, basically about like the FTW title not getting the respect it deserves and it not being a legitimate championship and
Because it's not.
all this other stuff, and cut Taz's microphone, and then Cody's coming out and he's having words with Taz, and they're going back and forth, and at one point Cody goes, your son is training to be a wrestler, but why is it that he's not training with you, he's training with me. And it's like, alright, shots fired. Build it up a little more, that's great. And then, you got Taz putting Cody in the Taz mission. It's
Yeah.
Alright. We're getting a really good storyline out of this.
And as much as Taz doesn't wrestle no more, he could still do the Taz mission very well. And I think that's awesome. I think that I'd like to see more,
Yeah.
And I know that you're not going to see Jake Roberts or Taz or the Brainbusters are not going to face anybody.
No.
Or whatever. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think that him doing the Taz mission for the first time in who knows how long was pretty cool, but we'll see. I didn't realize Taz had a kid.
Neither did I.
So, yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. So, for me, I'm elected to say Team Taz. As much as I like to see Cody and Darby go over, I just don't know how well they're going to work.
I'll say I'm going to take Darby and Cody.
Okay.
Only because they lost the tag team match 2 weeks ago, past Wednesday. Taz putting the Taz mission on Cody. There's a measure of retribution to be had there.
Right.
Definitely on Cody's part. And, Cody and Darby as a team are probably going to be looking to get one back on Team Taz. And, yeah.
Yeah, no, okay. That's fair enough.
I have no desire to mislead you. I'm sure you realize that recovery is not a sure thing, but
Now we go on to a match with Chris Jericho and Frankie Kazarian. Just Kazarian if you want to go that way.
Well,
Hey.
when did this happen?
I have no idea, honestly. A lot of matches that you see, there's story to it. There's a rivalry there, a story built up, and what have you. Then a lot of matches are just kind of out of left field. And this match, as far as I'm concerned, is out of left field.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm pretty sure it'll be a good match. Here's two guys that are very well established in the business. Jericho just recently celebrating his 30 years in the business. Kazarian's been in the business close to 20, I think.
Yeah.
So two very well established veterans in the business.
Yeah.
Jericho, of course, ECW, WCW, WWE,
AAA, CMLL,
CMLL,
Japan.
traveled the world, and of course, Kazarian spent many years with TNA,
Yeah.
and I think he wrestled Ring of Honor for a little bit,
Yeah, he did, yes.
and so, tag team championships, multiple times.
That stupid storyline with him and Daniels on Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Yeah.
I mean, both very good wrestlers, obviously. Chris Jericho, when they say he's the GOAT, he is the fucking GOAT.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to Mark Calloway,
Right.
but that's the truth.
Yeah.
And just Frankie is a good wrestler. He's a much more, better tag team wrestler.
Yeah.
You have him with Daniels, you have him with, well, fucking anybody.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to see more of him in singles. And he has wrestled in singles action before, but I still think that this is just thrown together, and I just think that Chris Jericho can still do it.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact of the matter is there's that, but there's also, you have the inner circle.
Yeah.
Now, whether they interfere or not, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But there's kind of things to think about there, I guess. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Jericho.
This was kind of a tough call
Yeah.
because not really knowing the prior history with each other, not really gonna be able to definitively pick somebody, but just for kicks, shot in the dark, I'll go Jericho as well. Why not? Ow.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll go Jericho as well. Layla Hurst. What they've had Britt Baker doing, it's actually been very good. They haven't really had her in like a big rivalry lately.
Yeah.
They've just kind of had her doing things here and there. I think they're trying to get her to a spot for the AEW Women's Championship, but it kind of is what it is. And then you get into Layla Hurst. What I saw of her was she had a match against somebody, and it was actually a real match. It was somebody that debuted, I think, or something like that. This was a number of months ago, and it was actually a fairly good match. Not knowing a whole lot about Layla as far as her like AEW tenure and her record in that, and her going against Britt Baker, and Britt Baker being on a tear essentially.
Yeah.
I'll take Britt, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, she is one of. Well, she even calls herself a badass bitch, doesn't she? Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
But, I mean, that's basically it. You know, she broke her fucking nose, and she still kept going.
Oh, yeah.
Much like Becky Lynch. But she is basically one of the best female wrestlers of today. And, yeah, I definitely think she can win in this match.
Yeah.
For sure. So, yeah, I'm gonna pick her as well.
Well, I know you'd like to prick her. Well, even though she is dating Adam Cole, but still.
You need to have the will to be cured. Beyond that, medical science will play its
And
part.
then you have a match for the AEW World Championship. You got your champion, Jon Moxley, against the cleaner, Kenny Omega.
Yeah, and this is kind of a slow heel turn build as I'm hearing they're putting it. You know, Kenny Omega has been popular all over the world, much as Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
He's been to Japan, he's been to Mexico, he
Wrestled in Ring of Honor.
Wrestled in Ring of Honor, Deep South. You know, this guy is becoming one of the best wrestlers of today.
Oh, yeah.
And who knows, maybe one day he could be the GOAT. I don't know. Like, he has had, like, mid-card championships.
Yeah.
But to have a heavyweight, like, main champion, you know, he didn't have the IWGP championship.
No.
He didn't have the CMLL championship. He didn't have... well, he didn't have the AEW title as of yet.
Right.
And then you have Jon Moxley, who is, without a doubt, one of my favorite wrestlers of the past few years.
Mm-hmm.
So this match is going to be awesome. And I know that when these two had a death match, it was fucking epic.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Now I was talking to my brother, and he was saying to me, because I didn't know this, but apparently Jon Moxley is still IWGP United States Champion.
Right.
Now, for some reason or another, he said that Kenta can make his AEW debut. I'm not sure how
It's
that's
possible.
I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And then Moxley would go to Japan and defend the United States Championship to whoever. By the way, congratulations to John and Renee for their first child,
Mm-hmm.
who will be coming soon. Yes. I missed my class. But anyways, yes, I believe this is going to be an awesome match. And for me, I don't know if he can do it. I don't know if he can do it. But you know what? I'm going to have to say Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
If not for... It'll be the first time he has a title, like a heavyweight title.
Mm.
But let's just say Adam Page wins the Battle Royal. You know, we'll have these two guys somewhere down the road have a match because they have so much history.
Mm-hmm.
And they did wrestle each other recently.
Mm-hmm.
And so... And again, as much as I like John Moxley, you know, he can very easily go back to Japan. I'm not even sure how that works. I don't even know why he's still a champion in their company.
Yeah.
But, you know, he could still go back there and still defend the title.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I pretty much gave all my thoughts. We were talking about the Battle Royal. I mean, can Moxley retain the title? Sure he can, but like I said, you want to have it come full circle, then you have Omega win the championship at the Winter's Coming show,
Yeah.
and then, you know, Omega defend the title for a little while, and then somehow culminate with Omega and Paige meeting again, and Paige finally getting the big one.
Yeah. And, you know, it's kind of funny because you have somebody else hold a title in another company. He could have just did a Dan Severn and bring that to AEW like when Dan Severn was NWA champion.
Yeah.
So, but regardless, there should be a good show. And, you know, I mean, it's gonna be a regular Dynamite, but it's still a fucking Winter is Coming. It's pay-per-view style, but whatever.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how that turns out. Hopefully I fucking get it on my PVR this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about Dan Severn having the NWA World Championship in WWE. Well, I mean, shit. Omega had a couple of matches for the AAA Mega Championship.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah, that's true.
why couldn't Moxley do something with the IWGP United States Championship?
Well, the thing with Kenta, I hope is real. We'll see how that goes. But regardless, this has been the AEW Winter is Coming review. And yeah, and then our next pay-per-view will be NXT TakeOver War Games, which I guess is in 2 weeks.
I believe so, yeah.
So we'll bring Wheels of Fury back for that, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Because we do have a lot of stuff to do.
Yep.
So
We're going to be doing a look back at the first tribute to the troops.
yep.
TLC's coming up.
Yes, TLC.
Best of the World, I believe, is going to be sometime soon.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up. I was actually looking at something else,
Mm.
but I guess it's Final Battle
Oh, Final Battle, yeah.
So we'll check for best in the world. But anyways, yeah, for me, Matt, this is Killer Kyle. Deuces.
Bye, y'all.